Alright, so I just wanted to make a video on this topic. This is about the sales for the Dokkan Festival Vegeta banner that came out during Saiyan Day. This guy, right? Very powerful character, very nice banner here. Well, decent banner, is what I'd say. This guy is actually the first Saiyan Day character, I think in a long time, if not, yeah, I think just basically in a long time, to actually hit top grossing. And a lot of people were like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. You know, this Vegeta did end up hitting top grossing. Very nice, right? But if we go ahead and take a look at, in terms of the sales, the overall revenue that this banner did make, right? Looks to be a lot less than people were anticipating, right? So if we take a look here, you can see that this Vegeta banner right here made 4.57 billion yen, if I'm not mistaken. And if you take a look here, comparative to the Subaru banner, he made just a little more than that in terms of overall revenue. Now, I personally am like, not the biggest deal, how much revenue a banner may specifically make. But I do feel like there's a lot of things where people are like, oh my goodness, this Dokkan Fest sold very badly, so they shouldn't get a Dokkan Fest. These type of banners don't really do well, etc, etc. And, it probably comes into consideration where they also make decisions like they see yellow coin banners make a lot less money, so they try to make those yellow coin banners more feasible, which is why they introduced pity for the yellow coin banners, for example, right? But again, I don't think that this is like necessarily an issue with Vegeta himself. Maybe the banner wasn't really that great, and they did push a pretty big power creep, but again, if you look at the banner here, it's kind of a lot of old units. Like, these three characters are old. Like, you're not using any of these three characters. Even though this guy got an EZA recently, they fumbled his EZA, right? God Goku, still a decent character, but he's been featured previously on a banner before, where people can get him with red coins again. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I mean, this guy has aged relatively badly, right? So in reality, like, for these characters, I'm not really a big fan of. God Goku's still useful, but he's not like crazy like he used to be, right? So it's like the pickup of the banner itself is not really the best ever. Well, there could be some useful options like Super Saiyan 4 Goku. You'd probably find some use in him. It's just kind of weird. And I think like the actual characters that are on the banner, it does matter as well on how much people are gonna summon for the banner itself, right? And even though a lot of, like, again, I think a lot of people get confused with top grossing, and they confuse top grossing with success of a banner, and that's not true. Top grossing tells us that they made a lot of revenue in a short amount of time, but it doesn't tell us anything about the lifespan of the banner or how much money the banner can actually make. Because even though this Super Saiyan Vegeta banner has gotten top grossing, comparatively to some of these other Dokkan Festival banners, it's made less, right? Especially the more recent ones, I would say. So Luka Dokkan did go ahead and put together a little list about, the ranked Saiyan Day banner sales from 2017 to 2014, and we'll talk about it all right here. So again, we could take a look at Vegeta, for instance, made 4.57 million yen right there on his banner. Now, again, usually this is like somewhat accurate, I'm assuming, right? But again, yeah, here's another issue. Private servers must be the issue here. Vegeta hit top grossing. I would say not necessarily because of private servers, but we do want to say, private servers do bring people away from the game. And even though it might not specifically direct them in terms of the bottom line, you could argue because of private servers, less people are willing to spend money on the game, because why would you spend money in the game if you could just use a private server and get all the units for free, maxed out and everything, right? That's just like that's just a whole thing in itself, right? So I'm just like, I kind of see the point there, right? In terms of like the revenue, like if we see the revenue this year has been the least amount of money made, maybe you can make a point about that, right? So we see 2018 was UI Goku, and then the S tier Jiren, which you can see right here. So this is pretty big, right? This is back in older Dokkan. We see here a vastly like outdoes any other banner. See, the next banner is 18 right there, 18 mil. I mean, this is UI Goku's TUR Awakening. This is S tier Jiren's first release. This is pretty big, right? It wasn't the first time UI Goku came out, but it was the first time we saw Master UI Goku with his Dokkan Awakening. And then again, when he came out originally, you see he did come out on the October 7th, 2017, right? Right after the episode aired, right? So this was pretty huge, but then we saw Master UI Goku and this guy came out, right? And we obviously had the transformation into, again, Master UI Goku, just UI Goku specifically, not Sign. And he was very good, right? He was very, very busted with this great chance to dodge and everything. UI Goku was absolutely cracked when he came out. STR Jiren was pretty good when he came out as well. And then, you know, we had Angel Golden Frieza. I'm not sure if this is like, was this like this guy's first return banner? It might have been. Like, you see he initially came out. Okay, he came on this banner as well. But then he came right around here again, and this again was a pretty good banner to pick him up, so that's pretty massive. This Angel Golden Frieza coming back, Kefla was good, these two were good, I think, and then 18 was like also actually a pretty nice option as well. So this is a pretty good banner, honestly, all things considered, even though these are all like a bunch of banner units. I mean, back then there's a lot of banner units featured, because it's not like there was that, well, I mean, there were arguably that many Dokkan Fests you could throw on there, but you know, it was a lot more like these banner units here, which were still really good, right? So this is a crazy banner. crazy banner, so it makes sense why it would be like, oh, first place in terms of, you know, the overall sales that are made. Second was 2017 Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku Mass Saiyan, again another oldie. You see Saiyan Day banner right here. I mean, again, the banner pickup here was also not bad. We had Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Mass Saiyan, which is actually a Rainbow Leader. This guy also got a Dokkan Festival as well. So, I can bring this up here. This guy was also Dokkan Fest, right? And he had all types K3 and 50%. His leader score at that point wasn't really that great or anything, because of the fact that, you know, we're in 120% meta now, and it was just a huge, dude, it was a huge jump that year. Like, we went from 70% to 120%. You know how insane that is? Like, that's a crazy jump. Like, we went up 30% for the 7th anniversary, and people felt a huge difference. Like, if you guys weren't playing back then, from the 70% to 120% jump, and then even like earlier we had the jump from Super Gogeta's like meta all the way to the 70% meta, which is even arguably a bigger jump. So it's like that's crazy, right? It's crazy, that jump specifically. But you know, Mass Saiyan, still a decent leader. You can get it with him, right? Super Saiyan 3 Tech Gotenks was like a good option here on this Super Saiyan 3 Goku's team. Blue Falcon Goku was a good option. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's team. This guy and then this guy were actually pretty good characters still. And you know, eventually later on we got the Super Gogeta team, but we didn't know about that yet. This guy aged very well. It was always a good option. So again, another pretty good banner, I would say. And this was I think this was the first Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku and the first Mass Saiyan. So this is big. Basically, like, basically kind of like the Gamma's banner, where, I mean, Mass Saiyan wasn't a Dokkan Fest, but he had a Dokkan event, right? It's basically putting two Dokkan Fests on the same banner, because on all intents and purposes, I feel like Mass Saiyan, even in terms of his overall power, was like pretty strong. So that's a good thing, right? Next we see there is Super Saiyan God Goku from 2023, which he did still make about kind of close, not really, but 12, like, I mean, I was the 12 million, but yeah, no, it is 12 million, yeah, 12 million yen, essentially almost 13 million yen right there. Not looking too far behind Super Saiyan 3. I mean, this is the first God Goku we've gotten since the God Goku, and I feel like the pickup for this banner was still pretty decent, right? Vegeta and Trunks are still pretty good. God Goku was good. This Tech Vegeta banner unit, maybe he could have helped out, because this was like a really good banner unit at the time. He had his own animations, OST, and everything like that. Raditz sucked. Majin Vegeta, I mean, they're decent actually. These three sucked, honestly, at this point. So it's like, the banner itself wasn't nearly as good as, like, I feel like these two banners were. But again, the allure of God Goku hasn't really gone like a character in so long. I think it was huge, right? And people wanted a God Goku for such a very, very long time. So I think that's a pretty big thing to do with it. That, you know, this character hadn't been represented, and, you know, Super Saiyan God Goku, right? You know, I mean, you can see here, UI Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, Super Saiyan God Goku, like Goku forms, you know, typically gonna sell good, right? Then get a little mini jump right here. So we see the transforming Super Saiyan Vegeta, which is 2019. I think it's this banner right here, yeah. So this is, I should have put this in order. The transforming Super Saiyan Vegeta. Again, I'm trying to remember, like, how good was this banner? 2019. Vegeta came out 2018, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let me take a look here. 2017 actually. Yeah, these years are just kind of crazy. Full power returning, I think, was really good. This is the first like Tana Bani unit that actually returned on the same day. Probably full power is still good. I think Bardock was actually a decent option, right? Transforming Vegeta was good. This banner unit, Super Vegeta was actually good as well. I think at this point, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is actually still pretty decent. I forgot when you got your EZA. And you definitely had an EZA, right? That was 7th anniversary. I forgot when you got your EZA, but not a terrible banner. Transforming Vegeta, right? I think he was a good character as well. He was like the third and last transforming character where you transform through all their forms. So I think that also had like a special thing to it as well. So that's important. Egil Bardock, again, Bardock's actually kind of popular. I think in JP, right? Bardock is popular. Gohan and Goten returning, very good character. I think even at the time of his return, Kid Goku was on the banner as well. Transform Frieza. I'm not sure Transform Frieza is really that great anymore, though, honestly. And the rest of these guys, Wait, this is 2020. When did you get your EZA? I wonder if I could see the EZA date here for this Super Saiyan 3 Goku. EZA release date is 2017. That's a long time before that, so that's crazy. I mean, Egil Bardock and Raditz was also a good banner, you know, I remember. Let's see, but Egil Bardock, okay. Then we take a little dip again to Super Saiyan Broly, which I'm surprised that Broly didn't really make as much either. But I guess being fair, like the strength was good, but like the banner pickup wasn't really great at this point. Like this banner was pretty bad, all things considered, right? Like these guys are never really like in a great spot. Honestly, these guys is okay, there's like this child yelling. I'm so sorry, my little cousin is over and he's just like yelling. So if you hear a child yelling, it's probably that. But like just screaming like you know, just children things. I used to do that all the time. But what was I gonna say? These guys are probably better in EZA than they were like pre-awakening. Egil Bardock, this guy didn't EZA yet. And like this banner is bad. So I mean it was the first like legendary Super Saiyan Broly in a while, but I guess this banner just was not really good. It's another thing. Again, you could see the featured characters in the banner matter a lot, and especially this banner was like first after the power creep, and it's like all these units sucked like 100%. Like Tech Gogeta was actually probably still usable, but like people weren't really a fan of Tech Gogeta compared to STR Vegito, especially, and considering how far after he released, that's on a whole other thing, right? Or I think even GP players might have been unsatisfied with his performance. Majin Vegeta didn't have a really good Trunks to be used with, so that was also another thing. But then this Vegeta, again, being last place, it was still kind of surprising to me. But again, the banner, like I would say this banner had more value than this banner. So I don't know. This banner being like the least monetary made banner is kind of crazy, and such a huge difference. Like this UI Goku banner made 10 times as much. And again, I would like to hear what you guys think. Why do you guys think this Vegeta banner made a lot less? Again, you could argue, I feel like the private server probably wouldn't have infected that as much as it has been. I think a major part is the banner. Like the banners, how good the featured characters are, I think make a huge difference. And you can see, like, again, these older banners, like we're so early into the game's lifespan that, you know, a lot of these characters, like this pickup right here, was so much more valuable with these characters even. And especially this is like a special thing because this is like Tournament of Power being super fresh and new still. Like, this is huge, right? It's like if they animated the Moro Saga, and then we got like Ultra Ego Vegeta as like a Sandy unit, like right as the anime was going on. Arguably, like, it would make probably like, I'm not gonna say it would make around this because we don't know how much it would make, but it'd be a lot higher than a lot of these other Sandy banners. So it's just a different thing when the anime is ongoing, and you could just tell. But you can see through the years, besides Physical God Goku, like through the years, it's literally been going lower and lower. Like, literally in chronological order, it's been going lower. Right, we see 2017, 2019, 2020, 2021. 2022, and then into 2024, right? 2023 is the only one that made really good money, I think, compared to the others. And even then, like, the banner pickup wasn't really good. It's just God Goku. It's been such a long time. Maybe it's just Goku. Like, you could say maybe it's just Goku. Maybe it's just because it was Goku, right? Is that it? Is it just because it was Goku? Because you see there's a drop off. I mean, this Transformer Vegeta was that great, but I don't know. Regardless, let me know what you guys think. What reasons you may think be the cause of why this Super Saiyan Vegeta didn't really do that great. I am actually concerned a little, like, well, not concerned, but confused a little, like, why this guy was so low. But I don't know. Maybe it's like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm done. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.